Alright, let's dive into something that's both inspiring and a bit nostalgic, the story of Duey E. Duke Wright, Jr., the late owner of Midwest Communications, who's being inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame as a 2026 legend. Now, before you think this is just another award story, let me tell you why this one's different. Duke wasn't just a broadcaster, he was a visionary who built an empire on the belief that radio could connect people in ways nothing else could. And personally, I think that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about success, it's about passion, legacy, and the power of staying true to your roots. What immediately stands out to me is Duke's journey. It started in Warsaw, Wisconsin, where his parents bought a local radio station and relaunched it as WRIGAM. Imagine being 18 years old and stepping into that world, a world that was still figuring out its place in the media landscape. Duke didn't just work there, he absorbed it. And after graduating from the University of Wisconsin, he came back to run the place. That's not just dedication, that's a calling. What many people don't realize is that radio in those days was a lot more hands-on, a lot more intimate. It wasn't about algorithms or playlists, it was about understanding your audience and giving them something they couldn't get anywhere else. Now, let's talk about 1971, the year Duke founded Midwest Communications with the launch of WROE-FM in Appleton, Wisconsin. This wasn't just another business move. It was the beginning of something massive. What makes this really interesting is how Duke approached expansion. He didn't just buy stations, he built them. He invested in people, in communities, and in the idea that local radio could thrive in an increasingly globalized world. If you take a step back and think about it, this was a time when big corporations were starting to dominate media. But Duke stayed true to his family-owned roots, and that's what set him apart. It's a reminder that sometimes, the best way to grow is to stay grounded. One thing that immediately stands out is Duke's philosophy on leadership. He believed in providing the best quality and service, but what's even more fascinating is how he applied that. It wasn't just about the product, it was about the people. He had this knack for bringing out the best in those around him, which, in my opinion, is the mark of a true leader. This raises a deeper question: how many of us are willing to invest in others the way Duke did? In a world where success is often measured by individual achievements, Duke's approach feels almost revolutionary. Now, let's talk about his legacy. Duke's already in the Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, the Wisconsin Polka Hall of Fame, and the Wisconsin Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But this National Radio Hall of Fame induction? It's the icing on the cake. What this really suggests is that Duke's impact wasn't just local, it was national. He didn't just build a company, he shaped an industry. A detail I find fascinating is how he balanced his love for music with his commitment to broadcasting. It wasn't just about playing songs, it was about creating an experience. And that's something we've lost a bit in today's digital age, that human touch. From my perspective, Duke's story is a reminder of what's possible when you combine passion with purpose. He wasn't just in it for the money or the fame, he was in it because he believed in the power of radio to bring people together. And that's something we could all learn from. As we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this thought: in a world that's constantly chasing the next big thing, maybe it's time we take a page from Duke's book and focus on what truly matters: connection, community, and leaving a legacy that's about more than just ourselves. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.